Superstars, what's going on? This is Coach Wood. You are back. This is another episode of On the Move with Coach. On the Move with Coach. So we started last week. This is brand new for Before You Go Pro. Excited to be with you guys every single Monday through Friday. You guys will be on the move with Coach. I may be here, I may be there, I may be at a football practice, I may be anywhere, you guys, but you guys will be rocking with me, and we will be talking about the things that are important to you, because there is a lot going on in the football industry, and we got to keep the ball moving. Many of the people that tune into our show are athletes, parents, coaches, so we got to make sure that we're serving you guys. Obviously, we had another weekend of great football, and there's a lot to talk about. So let's get into it, you guys. Once again, On the Move with Coach. Make sure that you like, subscribe, share with people that you know love football, okay? So, this weekend was crazy, and there's a lot to recap, but there's a few things that I think are a little bit more important to talk about than others. One thing is, you guys, the season is getting to the point where we're starting to see who's on the hot seat. We're starting to see who's on the hot seat. Now, NFL players, professional players, you can't do anything about it if your coach is on the hot seat. You got to roll with it if you're under contract. College athletes, you guys have more flexibility. You guys can make moves. You can jump in the transfer portal. You can go somewhere else. You can base your recruiting decisions off of who's on the hot seat. So you guys need to keep that in mind. Some of you guys are looking at schools, or you're currently at schools where the coach is not going to be there anymore. And if the coach is not there, that is definitely going to affect your situation. Now, sometimes it goes for the better. It goes in a good direction. But a lot of times, philosophies change, offenses and defenses change, who they want to recruit and put at the top of the depth chart. It changes when there's a recruiting or a coaching change. So if you're currently at a school where you think that your coach is on the hot seat, or you're being recruited by schools and the coach is on the hot seat, you need to pay attention. You need to pay attention and be mindful to make sure that it's going to be the best situation for you if that coach gets let go. Okay, so once again, we're on the move with Coach, and I'm always going to try to game you guys up on the business side of football. I went through a coaching change. I went to the University of Colorado. I went through a coaching change. My redshirt freshman year, our head coach left, Rick Neuheisel. The coach that came in wasn't necessarily good for me. So I had a lot of highs and lows during my career. So you guys keep that in mind as we get some of these coaches that are starting to get fired. The offensive coordinator for Purdue just got fired, and they threw the ball all over the place. So depending on who they get, it may be good for those quarterbacks in the room. It may not be good for those quarterbacks in the room. So you guys be mindful. We're getting to that point in the season where some of these coaches are going to start getting let go, or you're going to hear their names on the hot seat, okay? Now, also let me get to a couple things that I want to talk about. You guys remember last week we talked about UNLV, and we talked about NIL, right? And how their starting quarterback decided to leave the team 3-0 because he said he wasn't getting his NIL money. Some people thought that was the right decision. Some people thought that was a terrible decision. But he decided to leave the team because he wasn't getting his NIL money, right? So I assume he was probably thinking that once he left the team, that the team would suffer, that the team wouldn't be as good. Maybe he's thinking, if I say I'm leaving the team, then they'll give me my money. And actually, they did have a casino, you guys, I believe it was Circa, that tried to give the boy $100K. They said, hey, we want to keep this party rolling. We got a chance to make it to the playoffs with UNLV, so let's just give this kid $100K. But he didn't take it. Or UNLV said, no, don't give it to him, because guess what? Malik Williams is the new starting quarterback for UNLV. He ended up taking the job, and this is a perfect illustration, you guys, a perfect illustration of how it's next man up. Right now in football, it is next man up. So if you are the second or third string person, you better be ready. Do not sit around moping like your season's over and you're not going to get your shot, because you're going to get your shot one way or the other. And Malik Williams got his shot with UNLV, and guess what? He didn't look back. He was ready for the opportunity. He ended up getting a couple of National Player of the Week awards. I believe he was 16 for 18 or 13 for 16 or something. 182 yards passing, 3 TDs in the air. He had 119 yards on the ground. So this kid was balling out. He was ready to go. And this is an FCS kid that went in the transfer portal and now has an opportunity with UNLV. And he was not the starter. Sluka was the starter. So we may have never seen this kid. He finally gets in the game and he balls out. So now UNLV is 4-0. They said business as usual. Sluka who? Business as usual. UNLV is 4-0. This kid is now at the helm of something special, because they just beat Fresno State, which a lot of people thought was going to be a hard contest for them, especially with the backup quarterback. But this kid looks just as good or better than Sluka, and guess what? He is the quarterback of a 4-0 team that looks like they are primed to go to the college football playoff. His whole life may change. He was ready for it. Somebody else said that this opportunity is trash. Malik Williams said, this opportunity is my treasure. I'm going to take it and run with it. So very, very cool, and very cool for you young athletes out there that are wondering if your opportunity is coming. I don't care if you're in high school, if you're in the league, if you're in college, your opportunity is coming. Keep plugging away, keep staying ready, all right? The last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, and this is please like and subscribe and share. Coach Wood, you're on the move with Coach Monday through Friday. I got to get my steps in, baby, so thank you guys for walking with me. But the other thing I wanted to talk about is the man putting in work. The man putting in work at my alma mater. In my opinion, he is the Heisman unless something drastically changes, but that is none other than Mr. Travis Hunter. Mr. Travis Hunter, the two-way super dynamo from the University of Colorado, you guys. And the question I have for you, because clearly nobody is doing what he's doing. Nobody is playing both ways, both sides of the ball, affecting the game like he's affecting at the level that he's affecting. He literally has scouts, you guys, ranking him as the top wide receiver and the top DB in the 2025 draft, or in the top 3. So that's never happened before. I know a lot of you guys think you know football, but that's never happened before. We are witnessing something that's never happened before. So I want to ask you, because a lot of people don't think that CU is going far. They don't think my alma mater is going far, and right now they're 4-1. Right now they're 4-1. So how many games do you think CU has to win for Travis to run away with the Heisman, hands down, if he continues to stay healthy and doing what he's doing? Because if he continues to stay healthy and do what he's been doing, then it should be unanimous, you guys. We've never seen this before. But there is a question of, okay, should we give it to somebody who's not on a great team? So how many games do you think CU needs to win for Travis to have a real legit chance at winning the Heisman? 3 times people have won it with 3 losses. I know Ricky Williams, who I actually got to play against in college. I was on the sideline, but our team played against him. He won it at Texas with 3 losses. So I think they were 7-3 or something. Back then you only played 10 games. But how many wins do you think CU needs to give Travis a legit Heisman opportunity? In my mind, you guys, I think it's 7. I think that he can have up to 4 losses. up to 4 losses, okay? They have a bigger season now. There's 12 games. I think he can have up to 4 losses. So they can be 8-4, and I think he can still win the Heisman. Do you think that he can win it with less or more? So keep me posted. This is Coach Wood. You're on the move with Coach, and it's Monday, baby. So we got to get after it. We got to keep our energy right, and we got to be ready to go. So as I close out today's episode, once again, rock with us Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to be talking about the topics and the things that matter to you. So if there's a topic that you want to talk about, if there's a question that you have for Coach, let me know. Also, you guys, we are big in recruiting. So we help high school and junior college football players get to schools across the country. We've got kids playing at some of the top programs. We've got kids playing all the way down to NAIA programs, junior college football. So if you are an athlete that does need help and support with recruiting, please do not hesitate to reach out. Click on the links in the show notes or go to beforeyougopro.com. Make sure you get some support. Make sure you get some love and some content that's going to help you get where you want to go. Okay? Very excited to be with you guys every week on the move with Coach. Make sure that you subscribe, you like, you share, and then also check out the show notes because we're doing big things with NIL too. And a lot of you guys don't know about that opportunity, and you could be missing out on some money if you don't get up on this NIL opportunity. So, you guys, it's a new week. It's a new day. It's time to get after it. I'm Coach Wood. This is On the Move with Coach. We will definitely see you at the top. Have a good one. And let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about Hodge doing his thing with UNLV. Let me know what you think about Travis Hunter. How many games does CU have to win for Travis Hunter to be in line for the Heisman? All right, you guys. Love you. I'll see you at the top.